News Justice correspondent Jamal Andrus joining me now. Jamal, what specific legislation are they calling for?
Yeah, Carolyn. Well, they're calling for the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act to be passed by Congress, which encompasses a myriad of specific police reforms. And, this is a legislation that has been proposed several times between 2020 and now, but it's never made it to President Biden's desk. More broadly, though, it seems these parents of people who have been killed or been hurt by police violence are asking for what has happened to them to be prevented from happening to someone else.
I am tired. I am tired of begging for people to do the right thing.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump and the families of Breonna Taylor, Tyre Nichols, and Sonia Massey called once again for Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act.
We thought certainly after George Floyd was tortured to death on video during a pandemic, and everybody saw it, Congressman Horsford, we thought we were going to get police reform in America. It didn't happen.
The bill, which covers major policing issues like qualified immunity, no-knock warrants, and de-escalation training, was reintroduced in Congress this year, but hasn't had any movement.
The Congressional Black Caucus affirms our commitment and reaffirms our commitment to the families that we are continuing to do all that we can to advance meaningful, bipartisan public safety legislation.
Ben Crump says one piece of this legislation, a national police misconduct registry, could have saved Sonia Massey. Sean Grayson, who has been charged with Massey's murder, worked at 6 different law enforcement agencies in 4 years after being charged with 2 DUIs years earlier.
Because that officer who had been in 6 police departments in 4 years would not have been on the force, and he would not have had the ability with a gun and a badge to shoot Sonia Massey in her face.
3 of the 5 officers charged with killing Tyre Nichols are in the middle of a federal civil rights trial. Nichols' mom placed the blame for her son's death squarely at the feet of Congress.
I want to say to Congress, all these kids and all our kids that are being murdered, their blood is on your hands.
Breonna Taylor's mother also spoke during the press conference just weeks after a federal judge dismissed charges against 2 officers accused of submitting a false affidavit to search Taylor's home, which led to the deadly raid.
It's bigger than Breonna. It's all these women up here crying for their babies. And I know I'm not the only one feeling like I'm dying.
The officers accused of killing Tyre Nichols also face state murder charges, but that case is on hold until the federal trial concludes. Carolyn, one important note about the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, it is a federal legislation, so it can't directly change local law enforcement policies and procedures. That said, it does tie federal funding to implementing those local procedures at those local law enforcement agencies across the country. And so that is one way that it motivates all of the law enforcement agencies across the country to implement reforms that they already have on the federal level.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Renee Michelle. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and that share button. Also drop your thoughts in the comment box and let me know what you think about the story here. It's a story that Ben Crump and all the families are calling for a criminal justice reform, which we should have been had. They passed out all these bills for everybody else, but for the people that really need them, they don't have that bill. Even the Asians got a hate crime bill, and we don't have shit. Okay, they can just come in our house and just kill us like we ain't nothing, like we don't even deserve to be in here. So Ben Crump, and the families of Breonna Taylor, Tyre Nichols, Sonia Massey, called once again for the Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policy Act. Ben Crump said, "We thought for certainly after George Floyd was tortured to death on video during the pandemic, and everybody saw it, that we would have police reform in America, but it didn't happen." This bill, which covers major policies issues like qualified immunity, no-knock warrant, de-escalating training, was reintroduced into the Congress this year, but hasn't had any movement. And they ain't gonna probably move it because it's pertaining to Black people. Congregational Black Caucus, Stephen Horsford, said the organizations affirms our committees and reaffirms our committees to families that we are counting to do all that we can to advance meaningful bipartisan public safety legislation. Ben Crump said one piece of legislation, a national police misconduct registry, could have saved the life of Stanya Massey. Sean Grayson, who had been charged with Macy's murder, worked at 6 different law enforcement agencies in the 4 years after being charged with 2 DUIs in earlier years. The officer who had been in 6 police departments in 4 years would not have been on the force, and he would not have the ability to have a gun or a badge to shoot Stanya Massey in the face. That's what Crump said. 3 of the 5 officers charged with killing Trey Nichols are in the middle of a federal civil rights trial. Nichols' mom, Rovon Wells, placed the blame for her son's death squarely at the feet of Congress. I want to say to Congress, all these kids and all our kids are being murdered. Their blood is on your hands. That's what Wells said. Breonna Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, also spoke during the press conference, just weeks after a federal judge dismissed charges against 2 officers accusing of submitting false affidavit to search Taylor's home, which led to the deadly murder. Yes, and that's fucked up because they should have been charged for that. You know, they wasn't even at the right house. Like, hi, come on, man. This is what Breonna Taylor's mother said. She said, I am tired of begging people to do the right thing because it's bigger than Breonna. It's all these women up here crying for their babies. And I know I'm not the only one feeling like I'm dying. That's what Breonna Taylor mama said. The officers accused of killing Trey Nichols also faced state murder charges, but that case is on hold until the federal trial concludes. And I want to bring this story to y'all. I mean, golly, everybody getting all these bills passed for them, but we just want one simple bill, this bill right here, and we can't even get this bill. The Asians got a no hate crime, the gays got a no hate crime, but all the crime is going directly, if not indirectly, towards Black folks. They walk in our house, they just kill us out of nowhere for no reason. I'm scared to call the police. If I call the police, I don't know, I gotta be scared of them too. Oh my God, we got to do better. We gotta fight harder. Ooh, I don't know, like what the fuck? Like this is just like a no-brainer. But I just want to bring this to you. Let's keep fighting. Maybe some laws will be passed. We can change this mess. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and the share button. Bye.